All right, guys, the Desperate for Ratings tour. Yes, the farming eye for the city guy. That's me and that's him. You can tell which is which. J.D. Kneece. We're at the Delano Kneece Farm in Pelion. And man, we were out here a little while ago. I know you guys were doing cotton before, but you also run a big, healthy herd of cattle as well.
Yes, sir. We run about 300 head of registered Black Angus cattle.
Okay.
Altogether, there's 1,600 acres here. Dad does row crop, corn, cotton, and peanuts, as y'all were here before.
Right.
I handle the cattle side of things. Dad and my little brother handle the row crop side of things.
Sure.
And it's just a big family operation. Started here in the early 1900s. It was moved here.
Oh, wow.
So.
That's really cool. I like the whole that it's a family piece. And I remember when I met Luther before, I really like the fact that you guys do it, and you can do it really lean, because you see the farms that have, a lot of hands, I'm sure they need it, but you guys run real lean. You have like one person working for you, right?
We have one guy that works for us. Besides the family help is me, my dad, my little brother, and my granddad.
Good gosh, it truly is a family thing. For running 1,600 acres, running all this cattle. And so what am I looking at? Like, how far away is that tree line way down there, JD? It's way down.
It's 1.2 miles to the tree line.
Wow.
And there's 2 irrigation systems that cover that field.
Okay. And then how about, so you guys really are, so 1,600 acres, how many miles, like if you were to put down a square block, it's like, obviously there's a mile that way.
Oh gosh, you're probably looking at 4 miles from road to road. It's like a whole block through here that we own.
Right.
And then there's other pieces throughout, a little ways up the road that attach together.
Right. So last time we were out here, we learned, so basically you guys are like a year-round operation, though, because you get done one crop, you replant, and you just load up and do yet another one.
Right. When he gets done with one crop, he's preparing the land to put in the cover crop. And then when he's not putting in a cover crop, he's sowing the pastures for the cattle for me, because we have to have summer grazing, we have to have winter grazing.
Right.
In the summer, we have the coastal fields, which is grazing, but, in the transition of the winter grass to the summer grass, we feed hay and...
So that matters. You're really working on your diet, and we're actually learned this morning about diets, how they, what they feed them, because it's not just plowing just food down and get them big. You guys have science too, taking care of 300 head of cattle.
Right.
So we're going to learn about all that today here at the Farming Eye for the City Guy, learning about agriculture, the technology, and of course how it connects. When you and I go shopping at Bilo and Walmart, we pick up a nice piece of beef. Well, it starts out. The whole beef food, the circle of life starts out right here in a lot of cases in Pelion. How about that at the Delano Kneece Farm? J.D. Kneece, we're going to be rolling on here, learning about farming and cattle. Well, moo, buckaroo. Stay with us. Good Day's coming back. All right, guys, the Tyler's Travels team in Pelion out here, a farming guy for the city guy. What? Every God-fearing farmer drives a pickup truck? Are you kidding me? Good gosh. We're out here at the Kneece Farm in Pelion talking about cattle today, 300 head of cattle. That's a lot of beef. It's kind of like America. You got to say it that way, right? What happens when your cattle get sick, and how do you keep them healthy? Doc Tegan Jacobone. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Can I just call you Doc?
Yes.
Because Jacobone, that's a mouthful for even me. But you're a vet. It's kind of cool. You actually make house calls or farm calls.
Yes, farm calls.
How in the world do you care for 300 head of cattle?
Well, you have to be very careful about biosecurity. So anytime you come to a farm, you always want to start with seeing the youngest cows on the farm.
Why is that? Why do you want to go younger to older?
They're going to have the lowest immune system. And so anytime that you go around old cows and then you walk over to your younger cows, you're going to bring those diseases they may have, or those, certain things that they may be carrying around the farm that you have no idea. You carry them on your shoes, your contact of your hands, your clothing.
Sure. We do that at the zoo a lot. I do a lot of stuff at the zoo, and I step in the bath, I guess, in a way, and I guess that keeps it sanitary as best you can.
Yep.
Cool. So you've got like a rolling doctor's office here. What is this thing? This is great.
Yeah, this is the vet box.
The vet box.
We call it the vet box. It carries everything we need, from some of our heavier equipment all the way to our vaccines and any kind of medical supplies. It's like a drugstore
right in here, right? What kind of stuff do you have here? Can we take a peek?
Yep.
What do you got?
So we have anything from hormones for reproductive stuff. We have, anything from your performance. We do horses as well. That's part of our main business. And so we have, performance, helping horses stay sound, and doing anything performance-wise.
All right, so you got a refrigerator. This is in case you get a mite thirsty working on the cows, right?
Yeah, that. We do keep some water in here, but it's mainly for our vaccines. So all your vaccines, to keep the highest quality vaccines, they have to stay nice and cold.
Sure.
In a controlled temperature environment.
I'm smelling rolling tailgate truck is what I'm smelling. I'm just getting that feeling, all right? But you really, so how many, if you had to think about it, because I know obviously you're in business as well, how many farms and how many animals do you think you tend to yourself or your practice?
I would say we go to, on an average, we go to 10 different farms per day. So we cover anywhere from, we cover almost the whole southeastern part of South Carolina, from Columbia to Augusta, basically.
That's a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Do they get lollipops at the end of the day?
Oh no, they get apple treats, which are in the back over there. So anytime we try to make it a positive experience, just like in the human field. So we do give treats when they have to poke them with a needle or that kind of thing.
Farming Eye for the city guy, that's me. We're learning all about the agriculture world here this morning, talking about cattle, raising them. And I know you've been itching to see the ladies, so we're going to go check out some beef. These ones aren't for dinner, by the way, but it's still some beef. Meet some cows and actually find out how you can continue to sustain the cows, the population, and how they continue to create the cows right here as they run a business. And that is farming, certainly, guys. Stay with us. Good Day Columbia is coming right back. Did I earn an apple? I want one of those apple treats now. I mean, I earned one. You know, over the last several years, the production of taking care of cow and cattle have come such a long way. In fact, farming in general, we're talking nutrition and health and overall just community lifestyle, making the business of being in the business of cattle worthwhile for not only farmers like J.D. Kneece here, but also for all of us, of course, in the big production that goes into going to the grocery store to, buy low and get yourself a nice piece of Angus beef. It all starts actually right back here at the farm. We're not going to be cooking any of these ladies up. These actually are the mamas in the big circle of life. J.D. Kneece, explain to me what you guys do out here then, if we're not going to be throwing any of these guys on the grill.
It goes back, it starts with the genetics. You want more bang for your buck. It goes back to inflation.
Right.
We're trying to get more beef on the hoof with less grain and the quicker. All these heifers you see here are anywhere from 12 to 16 months old, and they're double the weight of what a normal just commercial cow would be.
Okay. Now these ladies, like I said, these aren't cookers, right? These are going to be the future mamas.
Right. All these are have the potential to be donor cows. They'll probably spend their days here forever.
Right.
All these were born and raised here.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really great.
That's the reason we have so many, is because, we try to keep all the heifers. All of our bulls genetically are sent to Ashland, Kansas, to Gardner Angus Ranch, where they sell them and they sell to the world. A lot of our bulls get shipped to Russia and China. Really? Yeah, if it's a heifer that stays here, we will AI her, which is artificial inseminate. Okay. Once she calves out.
Is that where you gotta
Yes.
All right, go on.
If she has the genetics that we're looking for, we will then set her up hormonally and flush embryos out of her and put them in commercial cattle and let them raise them.
Right.
Right.
So give me that process then, from the day that you once again, AI the cow.
It's 273 days-ish to 9 months, depending on the particular cow.
Right.
And then once she has her calf, it stays with her for 210 days. At 210 days, I pull it off the cow regardless. Okay. Because we have to get the weight so that we can predict the EPD values or the genetic.
Sure, and it really is a science. It's not just about, hey, you have a pregnant cow and here's a bull. I mean, you guys, there's a lot of science. We learned a few minutes ago about obviously the health and the doctrine that goes into keeping them healthy, but there really is a science to the business of agriculture when it comes to the Kneece Farm.
Correct. If you study their EPD, you can predict how big their calf's going to be when it's born. You can predict how big it's going to be at 24 months old. You can predict how big it's going to be at weaning. I can tell you, by studying the EPD chart, anything really you want to know about it, how docile it's going to be, how, the marbling, the ribeye.
We're talking about this morning the cattle industry, obviously cows and calves, and the piece here that Kneece Farm plays in Pelion, right down the road from the station, as a big part of the agriculture circle that is so many millions of dollars right here to South Carolina, and billions, of course, across America. But a humongous part of the industry of farming is it starts right here, starts right in the farm before we even get to Bilo or Walmart to the beef section. Ladies, thanks for joining us for this portion, and can we feed them? They look awfully hungry.
Sure.
Stay with us. Good Day's coming back. All right, guys, the Tyler's Travels team, we're actually in Pelion, South Carolina, the Kneece Farm, where they've got all kinds of livestock here, including about 300 head of cattle. The ladies over here are getting hungry, and we're talking about how the big circle of life happens where you come to AI, basically inseminate. You get them preggers. they're going to give birth to a bull. They're going to get shipped on out to continue that circle of life, and otherwise they're going to be right here. But it really is a business for the Kneece family. JD Kneece, by the way. It's a business, and you really care about these ladies. I mean, they're cows at the end of the day, but they really are your livelihood, so you spend a lot of time actually caring for their welfare.
Right. Yes, we care for them from the feed they eat to the vaccines. Then we have the vet.
Right.
But when you talk about the feed efficiency of them, we have all the commodities here, and what we don't have, we have brought in, and we grind our own feed.
Okay, so we're talking
As you
feed,
can
so this
see,
thing's full of
it's
feed.
yes.
What's up in here? Come and take a peek at this.
It's got corn, hay, cottonseed meal, soybean hulls. We have it all brought in. The grinder holds 2 tons.
This is something I feel like I'd get out of a little Quaker baggie if I were to put some water in there. All right.
And we have it, this particular feed is for the heifers. It's got high protein in it, whereas the feed that we grind for the calves that are nursing the mamas have more fat and less protein.
So it's a science too. Everything really is. I guess when I think about it, I'm like, they're cows. I mean, they'll eat cheeseburgers.
Right.
What's? Look at this, ladies. Hi. Look at that. You think the hungry yo? So was there any secret to this?
Nope, you just scatter it out in the trough.
You just see. There you go. There you are, ladies. Soup's on. Sorry, didn't mean to yell. Look at that. How many times a day do you feed these guys?
Once a day.
Once a day, they eat a little bit. And how many pounds of food do you think do you go through a day, say, for these, or a week, whatever your numeric is?
Well, these heifers are getting 4 to 5 pounds per head per day.
Okay.
And we keep free choice minerals out for them, and we keep hay in front of them all the time.
So they can eat pretty much that kind of stuff whenever they want.
24/7.
It's like eating lettuce. You can eat as much of that as you want.
Correct.
A day.
I want to keep it available for them anytime they want it.
I got you. Look at these guys. What's the lifespan on one of these ladies here?
They'll be production-wise.
Hold on. Ladies, block your ears. Don't get scared.
Production-wise, I mean, if we maintain them, 7 to 8 years.
Okay. Wow. So they got.
But there's some of them, such as this one. She's never going to go anywhere. She's been good to us. She's raised some good bull calves.
Right.
And she'll stay here and spend her days here.
Right. Get a little rocking chair.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Ladies, good gosh, you're eating like cows. Oh, I get it. Learning about the cattle industry here, actually what it means, the impact to us here in South Carolina and well beyond the footprint here in South Carolina is the agriculture industry, whether it's in the fields, whether it's picking collards, or certainly whether it's raising heifers here, that eventually, yes, I'm not going to say it loud, I love Angus beef. I'm just saying. He does too, trust me. We're learning more about it. If you log on to WACH.com, guys, a lot of interesting information, some stats, figures, and links, of course, over to JD and his farm. There's a lot more about the Farm City movement here in Lexington County. And just a lot more of the big circle. I call it the circle of life. Maybe it's a circle of business, perhaps, but it keeps us going and it ensures that when you're hungry and want to put a big old steak on the grill this Sunday, you can do it thanks to guys like JD here. Stay with us. Good Day is coming right back. Ladies, is there room for me at the table? What do you say? Just a little bite? Can I have just a little bite? Just one little bite. Okay, nice. Get in. All right, guys, the Tyler's Travels team out in Pelion at the Kneece Farm, celebrating agriculture and the farmers that actually are the first part of the big cog that ends up in my belly and your belly as well. We're right here, actually, from the farm, learning here about the beef industry and the role that these ladies, these heifers, play in the whole bigger issue and such a huge industry, not only for South Carolina, but for the country and actually the world. Lonnie Riker from Farm City. You guys, your role is really to explore that role and kind of connect the farmers who have the cattle, who cut the collards, to the guys like me who eat them.
Exactly. The purpose of our committee is to bring awareness that the farm and the city can't exist in isolation.
Right.
We need each other, and we're trying to, foster that interdependence between the two.
And the cool thing that I've actually been learning over our series of Farming Eye for the City Guy is there's a lot of technology that goes into it. You think of the old hee-haw farmer and wearing overalls and chewing on a corn pipe, but the gentlemen and ladies who farm are basically nothing like that.
No, nothing at all. Nothing. And it's very technological, and technology has to advance because there are more and more people in the world. The more people, there's more people to feed, there's less farmland, so we have to do it more efficiently.
Sure.
And that's kind of what JD was talking about with the genetics and the feed and just doing more.
Sure, and it was fascinating. We were talking about the science of actually getting a little more out of the cows, and of course it's healthy. It's not anything that is bad for you to eat for us either.
No.
But it's just actually getting more out of each piece and stretching almost like a family budget, stretching the dollar further. So let me ask you this: you guys are very open about having us come out here, and we've got our film crew and we hang out. But you said something to me a couple of minutes ago that if people want to come out and see a farm, a lot of farmers are like, come check out a little of our operation.
Yeah, I would say the majority of farmers would welcome anybody There's no secrets. There's nothing. You come out, we'll show you what we do. There's nothing
Right.
to hide. We'd be more than happy. Really, ask the people who know.
Straight from the horse's mouth, or
Yeah.
say from the heifer's mouth,
Yeah.
as it were, right?
Exactly.
Learning about the stuff, and you know, it's amazing the connection of the dollars that exist. You know, the number 6 commodity is cows and calf here in South Carolina. It's 77 million or something to that effect. A lot of money just here in South Carolina,
Right.
just from these guys. I mean, that's just one small piece of the agriculture world here in the state.
Yes, very much so. And you know, we visited cotton farm and the collar
Right.
farm and now at the cattle, and it's a whole big picture. And
Sure.
I'm very appreciative to you for helping us paint this picture to everybody.
Oh, this is too easy. It's fun. I get to hang out with a bunch of ladies, a bunch of pretty ladies, I might add. You log on to WACH.com. We'll get links for you to Farm City here in Lexington County, also to the Kneece Farm, and just some more information about agriculture and really what it means, what the farmers actually do. And I think maybe if you live in a big city, it's easy to forget that there's men and women out here working Christmas Day and in cold and dead of the night who are bringing this whole, what we need to us. And it really starts out here a lot of times in Pelion, South Carolina, as a matter of fact, guys. A lot more details on WACH.com. As for me, I don't think they saved me anything. Really, seriously. You couldn't save me anything? Y'all eat like cows. You know that? You eat like cows. We'll be back.